Hello, everyone. My name is Josh Andrews. Just a little bit about my story. I just want to just appreciate you for welcoming me to this. I'm fairly new to advocacy. I grew up in Southern California. Um, yeah, just a little bit about myself and my journey to advocacy and why I want to do this. Um, Growing up, I was heavily involved with sports. My mom raised me and my two other brothers, and we were heavily involved with sports. And one thing I noticed growing up is no matter where I went, no matter where I'd go in the car, I'd be passed out or fall asleep as soon as I got in the car. And no matter the distance, long, short, I'd wake up full of energy, ready to go. And me at that time didn't really know what was going on. I was just a kid. And fast forward to high school. Yeah, in high school I was sleep a lot in class and didn't really know what was going on. I was very successful in sports from basketball and football. So for me, I didn't really pay attention to it just because I was doing what I needed to do. And my mom made sure that our grades were right and well taken care of. And the thing that was a red flag for me was my senior year in high school was driving and really I fell asleep and fast and crashed into the back of another lady. And at that point I was okay, she was okay, but I knew there was something wrong deep down. But at that point I was like young and didn't really want to know what was going on. And my mom, being a respiratory therapist, she's been doing that for 30 years, thought I had sleep apnea. And really, it was something more than that, and I wouldn't find out too much later. Um, Eventually, I ended up going to Oregon State on a full athletic scholarship soon after that, and same things happened. I'd be falling asleep in class. Luckily, as being an athlete, you're have more access to tutors and things like that, which I was fortunate. But if I didn't have that, I don't know where I'd be today. From that point on, I learned to deal with the symptoms, from falling asleep in classes, from random places, middle of conversations, and even playing video games. After college, I went undrafted to the Philadelphia Eagles, where I was fortunate enough to spend 4 years there and win a Super Bowl championship in the year of 2017, 2018. But before that, in 2016, my girlfriend, my girlfriend at the time, wife now, played a huge part in my role of my diagnosis of narcolepsy. She had always noticed my sleep issues, but it wasn't until one terrifying moment that everything changed. During our bye week that year, me and my wife were driving down the two-lane road in the middle of Oregon, and me being stubborn, falling asleep in the car, I was like, I can get where I need to go. And eventually it ended up leading us into the side of the road in a ditch. And after that, everything changed for me, just because I was putting other people in harm's way. So it became more serious to me. So I was on a road then after that to figure out what was going on with me. Fast forward to the year that we won the Super Bowl, 2017-2018 season. That was one of the most rewarding years for me and one of the most difficult, just because we won the Super Bowl, but I had broken my hand in the preseason that year, and I wasn't able to play. So I had been placed on the practice squad, which is where you practice with the team, but you don't play or you don't travel. So I made a deal with my wife that I would figure out what was going on. So at that point, this is my third sleep study that I took. That was the deal. I would take another sleep study. The first one being in high school or after college. The second one being the entry to the NFL, and then the third one being up until that point where I was like, okay, doc, I need to figure out what's going on because this is my third time doing it. I know I don't have sleep apnea. There's something deep more going on. So we did a few tests, ran some extra tests, and sure enough, I was diagnosed with type 1 narcolepsy with cataplexy. And then at that point, I didn't know what narcolepsy was, and looking back to all the things going up to 10, 11, 12 years old, it made sense, all the things that were going on, me falling asleep in the places where I was. And yeah, really, and now that I was diagnosed for that long, it just led me to here, and really why I wanted to be an advocate, you know, and there's a couple of things I did over the years, a couple of advocacy things, but now that I'm here on Capitol Hill, it's just the importance of research, of me going undiagnosed for that long, and medications that I could have been taking or should be taken now, and that's why it's important for that's why I'm here, just to share my story and hopefully be a light to others. So thank you.